So to analyze things from a force perspective, we're going to need to know some things about that ball. And so in other words, we're going to need to know, okay, what is the mass of that ball? That's maybe one thing that's going to be very, very important. Or in your object, what is the mass of the object that is moving? And so I will specify what that is. And so if I could, I would get the mass of this ball. But odds are I may not be able to do that. If you're talking about a person moving or something like that, then you have a pretty good idea of what your weight is in pounds. But what I would do is I'd say, okay, what is let me just add a new tab. It's a mass of volleyball. I could go in kilograms, but there is right there 9.9 ounces. So then I could go, okay, 9.9 ounces to kilograms, because that's what I wanted in. Remember, use standard units. And then once I have that in kilograms, then I could record that. I could then determine the force of gravity acting on the object. So then you're going to be drawing a force diagram for your object in some way. For some reason, my internet is really slow, but you get the idea. Get it in kilograms, figure out the number of newtons, and then go from there on the force diagram. Now, one other thing about the force diagram is that you may have problems quantifying all of the forces, which is okay. However, you may be able to use, let me just exit out of this, you may be able to use some analysis methods to figure out some of the forces. In other words, remember that F net is equal to mass times acceleration. So if you have an object that is accelerating, which you measured in the previous video, potentially, then you could potentially figure out some of the forces on the unbalanced axis, which could be important. It might help you figure out some of the forces. If I feel like you turn it in and it is incomplete and I felt like you could have quantified more forces, I will send it back to you to have you finish that up. And I will give you some guidance about how to do that. If you have any questions on the force analysis, let me know.